and hello to all viewers. This is Krupa. Before introducing today's topic, what is effective teaching and how one can teach effectively? Do you want to know the reason behind it? Then let's begin our today's topic, that is the 6 skills of micro teaching. So let's get started. Whenever we start teaching, our first step is to introduce a lesson. I hope you guys got the first skill. Yes, that is the skill of introduction. Success of teaching depends on its introduction. Introduction provides interest and motivation to the students. It focuses students' attention on the lesson. Moving on to the components of the introduction skill. First, checking the prerequisite knowledge. Asking questions to students so as to know their prerequisite knowledge and to get the students thinking about the topic of the lesson. Second, motivating for the new topic. Motivation in the sense introducing the lesson with pictures, illustrations, videos, etc. That motivates your students for the new topic. Third, link with past experiences. By questioning your students with different questions, it activates prerequisite knowledge. Thereby, you can create link with their past experiences. Fourth, use of appropriate techniques. The techniques like questioning, narration, storytelling, demonstration, dramatization, and the use of examples can attract students' attention and interest to the topic. Let's move on to the second skill, the skill of explanation, which is a prominent skill. Explanation is an action skill in which the teacher tries to satisfy students' needs related to the topic. Components of explanation skill. First, relevance to content using beginning and concluding statement. Before starting and concluding the lesson, the teacher should make the pupils aware of what he or she is to teach and what he or she has thought on that day through a clear beginning and concluding statement. Second, connecting links. The use of words or connecting links such as therefore, as a result of, and, why, etc. is essential to link the different statements. Third, continuity. Teacher should maintain the continuity while teaching, lest the students lose attention and interest. Fourth, relevant statement. While presenting the subject matter, the concerned statements should be relevant. Fifth, clarity. The teacher should use fluent language so that the pupils may listen and understand his thoughts. Sixth, use the relevant and interesting examples to draw students' attention through appropriate media. Third, skill of probing questions. Probing is a skill of asking questions in response to a student's initial answer. Probing leads a students to discover the relationships, similarities, and differences that distinguish new concepts from old. Components of probing skills. First, seeking further information. This technique involves leading a pupil from partially correct response to the correct response through questioning. Second, prompting. This technique is going deep into the pupil's initial responses. This technique is employed when students give no responses with the series of hints or clues leading the students from no responses or wrong responses to correct response. Third, refocusing. This technique is employed when students give completely correct response. Refocusing through questioning helps the pupils to view the correct response from a different viewpoint. Redirection. Directing the same questions to other pupils when there is a wrong response or partially right response or seeking further information and so on. Fifth, critical awareness. It involves asking questions such as how and why to increase the critical awareness. So, probing questions are useful for gaining clarification and encouraging others to tell you more information about a subject. Probing questions are usually a series of questions that dig deeper and provide a full picture. Fourth skill, skill of stimulus variation. The skill of stimulus variation involves deliberate change in attention drawing behavior of the teacher in order to secure and sustain students' attention to what is being taught. The skill of stimulus variation implies attracting and focusing students' attention by changing stimuli in the environment. Components of stimulus variation. First, teacher's movement. Varying movements within the classroom. For example, writing on the board, movement towards the students, conducting experiments, etc. Second, gestures. Purposeful movements of the teacher to communicate certain meaningful ideas to the students. These include movements of head, hand, and other movements to arrest attention. Third, changes in speech pattern. This is the use of pitch in voice projection to indicate relative importance of information. These include variation in volume or accent of voice to avoid boredom. Fourth, pausing. Silence by the teacher for a moment can attract students' attention and increase their desire to listen. Silence can indicate that what has just been said or done is important or unacceptable. Fifth, vary methodology. Change in teaching methodology. Example, combining the use of demonstrations, group work, individual projects, dramatization, and giving students opportunities to read, write, and to speak, etc. Fifth skill of blackboard writing. Blackboard as teaching aid is very important tool used by a teacher to facilitate learning and improve reading and other skills. It is used to reinforce skills or facts and relieve anxiety, fear. Because teaching aid is like a game. Component of the skill of blackboard writing. First, legibility. Quality of writing should be legible enough to read. The creative writing on the blackboard draws students' attention. Second, size and alignment. Size of the letters should be uniform and enough to read by the students in the last row. Third, highlighting main points. Main points or words should be underlined. The colored chalks can be used to draw students' attention to those points which needs to be highlighted. Fourth, correctness. A teacher should not commit mistakes while writing on the blackboard. It reduces attentiveness in classroom. Fifth, making eye contact with students. A teacher should make eye contact with the students at a time of writing on the board for controlling interaction, sustaining attention of the students. Sixth one, cleaning the blackboard. Teacher should clean the entire blackboard before leaving the classroom. Sixth, skill of illustration with examples. It has been observed that some abstract ideas or concepts are very difficult to teach. The teachers are unable to convey the true sense and meaning of the concepts. This difficulty of the teacher can be solved easily if they are able to master the skill of illustrating with examples. Components. First, formulating simple examples. A simple example is one which is related to the previous knowledge of pupils. It should be according to the age level, grade level of the pupils. Second, formulating relevant examples. An example is relevant to the concept when the concept or the rule can be applied to it. This means to say that the rule is explained by the example. Third, formulating interesting examples. An example is interesting if it can create curiosity and interest in pupils. This can be judged by the attending behavior of the students. Fourth, using examples by inductive deductive approach. This involves the teacher giving examples relating to the concept or rule to clarify it. The pupils, on the basis of examples given, formulate the rule. After this, the teacher asks the pupils to give examples to test whether the pupils have rightly understood the concept or not. Thank you for watching.